Okay, so we're going to demonstrate sending a secure email to somebody outside your organization, and this is a non-confidential message. So first of all, we click compose, and just like regular email, we type in the recipient's address, a subject, and I'm going to put a password on this message, and just attach the files. Now, unlike regular email where you can attach files 25 megabytes at maximum size, with this we can send messages with file attachments of 10 gigabytes each. Okay, so clicking send, and the recipient will get an email telling them that they've got an encrypted work message from yourself. And clicking the link takes them to the message, which is password protected, so they'll enter the password, which you'll send them separately. And now we can see that they've got access to the email, and we can download the files by clicking this button. And we can also import the files directly into either Google Drive, Microsoft OneDrive, or Dropbox, should the recipient have any of those services. Okay, so that's sending a message which isn't confidential. It's been received by the recipient. So if we now go into the sent view of our email client, we can see that the message is updated to say it's been received. If we open that message, we can access the files that we sent. We can access the password. And if we scroll down, we can see a full audit log for the message. So we sent it to this person, this date and time. They accessed the file and downloaded it then. And finally, all files in the message have been downloaded. Okay, so that's the kind of basic anatomy of a sent message. Now we're going to demonstrate sending a confidential message to somebody outside our organization who's not yet registered to use Encrypted Work. So we address the email, enter a subject and a message, and this time we make sure that the confidential option is toggled to on. Now we attach any files. We can attach any number of files up to 10 gigabytes per file. And we click send, and now we can see that the message is in our sent view, waiting to be received by the recipient. The recipient of the confidential email receives a message with a link which takes them to a holding page where they can see that they have this file which is accessible and a message. And of course it's branded with the company's logo and colour scheme. So the recipient clicks on access your message, and here they choose a password. So they create their own password, and this is essentially going to register them as a guest user so they can access the encrypted email. So finally they'll just get an email saying please confirm that you own this email. Clicking the link takes them directly to the encrypted message, and here they can access the file, they can view it, or they can download it. And the encrypted message is also available here. Okay, so we can see that with just 2 mouse clicks and providing their own password, the recipient of the confidential email can now access a fully encrypted message and attachments. Furthermore, because they're now registered as a guest user, they can reply to the sender, and from now on any transactions between the sender and recipient go through Encrypted Work and are fully secured. Okay, so I'm just going to give you an overview of file drop pages. So we access the file drop pages via the Receive Files menu item, and here it lists all the file drop pages we currently have set up, 2 of which are created by default when you set up your account. One to embed a file drop page on your website, and another default. We can go ahead and create new file drop pages, or we can edit an existing page. So if we edit this page, we can see at the top we have a QR code which you can download and share with people so they can scan that and be taken straight to your file drop page. We can also embed the page on your own website. You grab the embed code by this tab. As we scroll down, we can also give access to files and messages uploaded via the file drop page by just clicking on Add Share and entering the email address of the people we want to share that data with. We can also automatically save files and messages from a file drop page to a vault by adding a vault connection. And if we scroll down, we can configure the file drop page. We can change the title and specify what fields we want to record and whether those fields are required or not, etc., etc. We can also redirect to a different web page when people submit the form. So let's just go ahead and have a look at the file drop page itself. So here it's just a web page which enables people to send you files and messages in an encrypted, secure manner. They can attach files up to 20 gigabytes per file, and when they send that message, let's go ahead and just send a test message. Attach a file. Click send, and we get a receipt number for the sender and the option to send more files. So if we go ahead and look at the recipient, the sender's email, we'll see that they have a message here telling them that the file has been received along with the reference code. Now if we go back to our secure inbox, we'll see here that the message has come through, and also we can see and categorize them by the actual file drop page inbox. So let's open up the file, and here we can see the data that was submitted, and we can access the file, we can preview it, or we can download it. As I mentioned earlier, you can also embed file upload pages on your own website. So if we go and look at the Encrypted Work website, here we can see we have an embedded file drop page on just a standard website web page. And so any files uploaded via this will go to your inbox for that specific site. So here we have the website, so anything uploaded would come in here. Okay, so that's just a basic overview of file drop pages. So we're just going to talk a little about vaults. Vaults are used to store secure files and documents. If we click on Secure Storage, it takes us to the Vaults app. And here we can create as many vaults as we wish. We can access the existing vaults here. And if we click on this, we'll see any vaults that have been shared with me by other users. So if we go back to My Vaults, open this test vault, we can see that here we can add files to the vault using this button. Let's go ahead and add a file. Click done, it will refresh the vault, and that file is now encrypted with AES-256 encryption in the vault. And here we can see we can create folders. This is a top level folder, and we can also access the documents, and we can share them by either sending them, which will send the file via the encrypted email client, or we can share all the files in the vault using a share option here. We can either create a public share link, whereby anyone with the link and the password can access the files, or we can add specific roles such as manager, editor, uploader and viewer. And here we simply enter the email address of the person we want to share the files with. Okay. So the vault log shows us in detail all actions that have happened with the vault, such as when it was created, who's viewed files, who's shared files, deleted them, etc., etc. We can also have files arrive in our vault directly from a file drop page. To do this, we simply edit the file drop page of interest, and here we can add a vault connection to the file drop page. Just clicking this will then tie the file drop page to that vault, and any files received will be stored in the encrypted vault. So essentially, vaults are the centerpiece of the integration between the different modules. So you can store files that are received via email straight to a vault. File drop page is the same, and they're essentially a great way to store files in an extremely secure way.